What is up, you guys? We're back with another episode here on Coz&Effect, episode 11. I'm your host, Max Cosentino, and today I am joined with three special guests with a lot of talent and skills. If you guys could please introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Nico. I do music production, and in kind of that industry, I go by Capt.
Sick.
My name is Owen Ortiz. I write, direct, and edit my own short films.
My name is Thomas Cicere. I direct, write, produce, and work as a cinematographer on our short films.
So you guys should just tell me what exactly do you guys do?
So, like I said, I do music production. It's kind of like a mix of beat making and recording an artist and mixing all the sounds together, kind of like meshing the song together, which is a common misconception because a lot of people think that music production is just beat making. It's everything. So I try to tackle all those realms, but I'm more well versed in just beat making because I've been doing that for longer. So
Gotcha. Oh yeah.
In terms of movie making, especially when you're doing it at such a small scale, you kind of do everything. In a large scale production, you have someone who does this and someone who does that. But when you're doing it just like us, you have to do everything. Because in terms of you have to write the whole thing, you have to shoot the whole thing, edit the whole thing, things like sound design, finding locations, casting people. You really do all of it yourself.
That is
So, edit, shooting, cinematography,
that's so sick.
doing the sound, color grading the film. Those are all things that would be separate people's jobs, but you kind of just got to do all of it. And I could delve in depth in all those little jobs you have to play.
I mean, for me, when I first started the podcast, I was blessed, have some help. My uncle, he's a techno sound guy, with photography, and I remember he helped me get all the equipment I needed. A lot of this equipment, some of the equipment here, these mics, got it for Christmas. But yeah, but the actual video editing, he did it, and I've learned a little bit here and there. The main thing I worked on, because obviously we were at school, was the oh my god, what's the picture you see on YouTube, the thumbnail. The thumbnail.
Oh, you make thumbnails?
I create those entirely by myself, but the actual editing, I help here and there. But really, my uncle helps me out, and now my boy Dennis. But I want to go back to Nico. Exactly, what do you exactly do? Who do you work with? Maybe some other projects you've been working on. Or we were just talking about the old MMA guy,
right. I'll get back to it later, but I try to kind of dabble between working with industry people and then also at the same time working with friends, because I believe working with friends is a good way to practice.
Yeah.
So for example, I'll have my boy Joao, shout out Joao. I'll have him come over. Let's record a song. So I get to practice my skills when recording an artist in, kind of creating that mood and stuff. So that's one thing I'm practicing more. Again, I'm more well versed in beat making because I've been doing it for longer. I'll go back to that documentary now. So I scored a documentary. So for people that didn't know, and it's a small documentary, indie and stuff. So it's called Taking the Fight, and it basically just revolves around this one guy named Stuart Dansby who's in his late 50s wanting to do MMA. And obviously you don't really hear people normally going into MMA at 50, late 50s. So it was a story that we thought it was a good story to follow, and I was asked to do the music for it, which took me, I'd say 8.5 months to score the whole thing, because I scored the whole thing from scratch. That's awesome. But it was an amazing journey.
How'd they find out about you?
Okay, so my dad directed it.
Okay.
And he was actually directing the story. It's a 7-year timeline.
Really?
So when he started directing it, I was around 8 years old, 7 years old.
No way.
Yeah.
No, I'll beat that. I
didn't even know that.
Yeah. So so
he wasn't 50 at the time. He was
at the time he was 50. Now he's in his 60s or somewhere around there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it just got.
It's kind of crazy. After they filmed it, they asked I walked into my dad's room. I just saw him editing the film, and I asked him what are you doing? And he said, editing this film. And I'm like, do you need music? I just randomly asked that, with no intent. And he's like, actually, yeah, but I don't think, and he sort of told me, I don't think you're capable of it. Because at the time, again, he's very he's been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
And he wants it to be top notch.
No, yeah.
So I'm like, what if can you give me the first scene and let me just give it a try on the first scene. And he's like, okay. So he gives me the film. I give him back a piece in like, I'd say 30, 40 minutes. And he was impressed. So then over time, I just kind of like started doing the other tracks. Yeah.
Yeah, I love your dad.
He's so
I've
cool.
interned for his dad before.
Really?
Real cool guy, yeah. I worked on a commercial with his dad. It was a commercial for like a costume company. They were doing like Marvel and Star Wars costumes, and I just got to hang out on set, and his dad taught me like a bunch of like camera stuff. It was really cool just like be on set.
Yeah.
That's so... Wait, so that's what your dad does? He's like a filmmaker also, a director?
He's a production director, film editor, kind of similar to what Owen does. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
It was an amazing opportunity I got. I learned a lot. I learned a lot from it too.
Did the guy ever fight?
Yeah, we got good clips. If you watch the documentary, we got good clips of him fighting, like him getting destroyed, but at the same time, him also winning fights.
He won?
He won some?
He won his belt. He won his belt. That's all I'm gonna say. He won his belt.
How old were the people he was fighting?
Like in their 20s, 30s.
Wow.
So it's like a Jake Paul, Mike Tyson.
Yeah, you could say that, but no, it's an amazing journey that we follow, and like even like me making the music, it was inspirational to make it because like there were some certain scenes that like genuinely impacted me to the point where it kind of helped the inspiration flow a lot faster.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Not UFC though, right? He was like,
No, not UFC.
Yeah, okay.
Just kind of like amateur.
Very sure.
Amateur fan.
He's too old, but yeah.
Probably.
Hey, you never know though.
No, I mean, yeah. He like goes on, like, keeps winning. Wow. How about you, Owen, now? Like, give me like more in depth, just as he did before. Like exactly.
And depth on like what goes into it.
Yeah, like
That
story you were just telling me about, like how your first like the camera's dying. We actually just had issues before this, like trying to like just start this up.
This isn't our first take.
Yeah, it's not our first take.
So we were having some equipment problems before. Yeah, reminded me of like a bunch of stories that we have from our various shoots, and reminded me of like one story really early on when we were shooting a project at his house, and we only had one camera as my camera. We only had one battery, and we've been filming for like 6 hours that day. And at one point the battery just died, and I had the battery charger, but we only had one battery, so we had to just like take a break and charge the battery for like 30 minutes. But at that point, like
the mood was shot.
The energy was down, and like nobody was really feeling anywhere.
It kept dying. We didn't really know how long the battery would last every time we charged it.
Yeah, because it's not like it was getting a full charge. Like we would charge it for like
You like telling
minutes, so
like
it get a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
by
By the time the battery was dead, we were already near the end of the shoot, so we didn't think we had that much left. So we figured that almost a dead battery could probably finish it. It could not.
we were filming in his house,
So
in his smelly ass.
yeah, on top of shooting in a garage in an attic with no AC.
No, it's so bad.
That smelled like shit. Sorry, that smelled terrible. We had a battery that kept dying, so we kept having to go down, plug it in, wait, go back up, keep shooting it. And the issue of shooting with only one camera, not only are you limited to what you can shoot, and it makes everything take a lot longer than it would, and only having one battery also makes it take a lot longer than it would, and it shortens how long you can shoot for. But we couldn't actually see all the footage until we finished. And then
Yeah.
the whole light with the flashlight.
Yeah, the lighting. Oh yeah, there was this weird camera effect, and there's probably a way to fix this. Like now, I could probably fix this, but like at the time, the camera was just picking up the flashlight weird. Like the flashlight was just flickering on and off, and so we actually ended up scrapping that whole thing. We didn't end up using a single piece of footage that we filmed that day. We were like, we just weren't really feeling it. But then that idea, we ended up kind of taking some of the elements from that original film we were working on, and we made it. We switched some stuff around, kind of like it's almost completely different, but we took some of the elements and made them and changed them, and that ended up becoming a film that we made called Contrition, which is on my YouTube now. It ended up getting like 13K on YouTube, which for me is pretty
And
big.
credits scored by me.
Yeah, but it's at the bottom. I worked with him. He scored some of the music for that. He produced the music for that. The end credit music. That's all him. Super talented. And I asked him, this is crazy. I asked him for like, I was like, Nico, can you like cook me up like something like for this?
We're just gonna send you a little clip. Just tell me what you think would look
like a dark, synthy vibe. Literally less than an hour later, he's like, bro, here's like 4 tracks that I just made for you. No.
Really?
He's like, I can like go in like fix them right now. He sent me like 4, like he works like crazy work ethic right here. He got them back to me crazy fast. That's not even the first time I worked with him. The only time I worked with him too. Yeah.
I watched that whole film, and I have to say, like, it was very. I watched a few short films. My cousin, who goes to Columbia University, he's studying director, like theater. He made a short film, and I have to say, like, your short film was like as good, if not, sorry, Craig, better. Like seriously.
Thank you.
And like again, this is a Columbia University student studying theater, and this guy created a film, in my opinion, as good, if not better, than my cousin's film. So really, it's a very good job, honestly.
Yeah, we had lots of crazy stories from that one too. One of the best things that ended up happening. We were shooting the ending scene for that, and we were shooting it at like this street outside of an elementary school that's super close to my house at nighttime.
Like in his neighborhood.
In my neighborhood.
Just
and it started, as soon as we pulled up, it started pouring really bad. And we were like, really? Like, are we going to wait? And we were like, no, let's just do it. And it ended up, the end product we got with the rain looked so good.
Oh, you used the rain as like
only in the rain. What we did is he had like a Chewbacca apron.
I had a Chewbacca apron that my dad got for Christmas that I took to a barbecue. And I had it in the back seat for some reason, but it started pouring, and that was like the thickest thing I had that I had in my car that he could, whatever. So he put it over his head in the camera, ran out, stood in a puddle, shot it. We got all the shots we needed. Thankfully, the rain.
I was covering the camera.
Fast.
I was filming it while covering the camera like with an apron, and the end product was so good. Like I don't think that film would have been nearly as good if it wasn't raining. Like the vibe was just right, and it looks so much better.
It's crazy, and the whole thing came together. And that's how most of these projects start out. As one thing where we write a script, we kind of develop it, and we realize, okay, we can't do this, we can do this, we can't do this, and then the idea completely transforms into another idea that is more easily, we can more easily create. So like we had a few ideas for that one where Connor would get hit with a car.
Well, Connor does get hit with a
car. Car, I was gonna say. But I mean, we had to find a creative way around it because we can't actually hit someone with a car.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
so
that little edit you guys did, because I like at first I thought, wait, there's no way they actually hit him, right?
Yeah. What? Oh.
So I was a stunt driver for that, and I may have accidentally nicked Connor's knee.
So during we did a bunch of takes of him just like slowly driving up, and like we're driving fast.
We were trying a bunch of things.
Driving up to Connor's, like stopping before you hit him, but like there was one shot where he like just like hit Connor a little bit.
Did you use it?
Definitely
No, we didn't have using it.
No, it was instantly, dude, why did you hit me with a car?
We ended up filming a bunch of shots to try and get that like effect done. We filmed a bunch of shots of like we got Connor. Can I use this car?
Yeah.
We got Connor on the back of the car. Like, all right, Connor, like, can you like roll off the back of the car for us? Like we tried to get him more, but he didn't want to cooperate.
No,
he's
that's a fan
because I want to make him roll off the car.
Yeah,
we ended up doing a bunch of stuff with like him rolling off the car and like rolling over the thing, but like, and we didn't end up using when I was editing it. I didn't end up using like any of those fancy shots we did, like Connor like getting hit by the car, just because it didn't flow good. So what I ended up going with is just like a head-on shot of the car coming towards the camera, and then it
like cut in,
then it flattens like an impact sound. And sometimes you realize that like the simpler thing, because that was the simple edit. Like I was trying to make it complicated with all these other things,
and it was more effective because
it kind of ended up looking like jumbled and weird. Yeah. So like the simple thing ended up being more effective.
No, yeah, I see that made it flow better for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just gonna say, if you guys do need an actor that's willing to do that stuff, I'll do it. I'm just saying.
No, Max, you got you.
Max, love to have you, man.
No,
we'll send you for the next one. For the next
when
one,
he put it,
when you completed script.
When you put it on his story, we need actors. I was like, yo, Owen, like I'm ready to go. I'm right here.
We do have a completed script.
Pardon me?
Which wrote that? Okay, good. I'm glad. We are looking for people to do it.
We know who mostly is gonna do it. Yeah, it's just been such a busy part of the school year. It's hard to like start it.
What's like the film gonna be? A comedy, horror, drama?
We want to do like.
This idea was found, or we came up with this idea back in September.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Right, near the beginning of school, and we wanted it to release before Halloween,
not in
which we're almost a month after Halloween now. We haven't started shooting. But we did that one project in between.
Yeah. A Fool of Myself.
Yeah.
That one also was another project where we had this other crazy idea for it, and it ended up becoming something completely different. Like, did you watch that one? The one with the where I wore like the clown makeup on the beach.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so
I watched I was watching the beginning and then I had to go.
Yeah, that one ended up the original idea for that. We wanted to make like a buddy comedy, like
buddy comedy journey.
like a what do you call that? I don't even know.
I don't.
And then we had all these like really funny ideas for it.
Like Dirty Grandpa, like take a road trip with his grandson and then be like,
Sort of like we wanted like
we wanted kind of part of it to be kind of like guerrilla filming, so like Borat or something like that, where you go out and you film a bunch of individual skits.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
And then you stitch them all together to complete like a larger story.
yeah.
That's a lot harder to do
No, yeah.
than you think it is.
Yeah, we had all these ideas that we were writing down, and it would have ended up being like
It would have been
more than
it would have
50
been-
minutes. And we realized at a certain point, like, all right, we're trying to bite off more than we can chew here. This is like at the end of summer, so like school's about to start, so we're not gonna have as much
So
time.
it's even like a real deal, like
And then
not a short film.
No, it wouldn't have been a full feature, but it would have been a lot longer than like 5-10
it would have been an awkward length or a short film.
Definitely an awkward length. But one of the problems you face when you're trying to make these is pacing, right? So like sometimes while you're watching a movie, you'll realize the pacing is really poor and you'll get bored of it,
Yeah.
right? Whereas a good movie, you'll be watching it and you'll constantly be entertained. So even watching back Contrition, that one was very well paced, thankfully.
Yeah, I
Um,
feel like accidentally too. Like I didn't like it just happened to be well.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
And part of that is having like unbiased eyes in the editing room and realizing, okay, the person that made this loves this, right? They want to they want to keep all 30 seconds of the shot. Someone who's not as attached to making that
yeah. So you kind of
as them would be, okay, this goes on for way too long.
Yeah.
Like this needs to be cut down. This bit needs to be cut down. Entire scenes have to get cut down.
Yeah.
But ultimately that one was what, 11 minutes?
Contrition's like 12, like just over 12 minutes.
That's even better. It's 12 minutes, and you know, most of the people, even our film teacher, told us it well
Yeah,
made.
film
well
teacher?
paced.
Dr. V for a year, I had Dr. VP for film production, the GOAT.
Really?
Yeah, actually,
Dr. VP.
He has a vocal cameo in Contrition.
He does.
He plays the newscaster on the radio. We asked him to do the voiceover.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Like special like radio.
No, but like he just said, when we're filming, like for example, one of the scenes near the beginning where he's like getting ready for his day, like after the accident, we filmed a bunch of shots of him like getting ready, opening the drawer in the kitchen, getting cereal, opening the fridge, getting milk, putting the milk in the bowl, like mixing it, and then a shot of him eating the cereal. And like, all right, like this is all too much.
And
Yeah.
ultimately,
All
we cut all of that.
Yeah,
besides
so like
eating
all
the
we
cereal.
have is him walking into the kitchen and eating the cereal because that gets the point across.
Yeah. So that one is an example of something that we've made that's well paced. One that we've made that's poorly paced was our first one.
I think that was. I mean, yeah.
That one was displayed at the NSU Art Museum for an exhibit.
Yeah, that was an achievement. That was definitely an achievement.
That was one of the achievements. But look,
Really?
Yeah.
It was
So yeah,
yeah,
oh, that's actually I think making a joke.
no, that was actually displayed there.
there's a longer story behind that. If I can.
No, you
throw it around.
You go
So
there.
the year before, my sophomore year, I had entered a film. I had entered and got into an art exhibition at NSU Art Museum.
Oh, this is when we made like the same
called
thing.
the Teen Art Exhibition, where it's an art exhibition for like teen artists, and they accept like all kinds of media, paintings, art, and video. And I submitted like a really like bad short film that I had made like on my phone, and like I thought it was good when I made it. I'm not really proud of that one, but I made it in, and it got shown at the art exhibition, which was really cool. And then a year later, last year, our junior year, it came around again, but it was a little earlier, and I kind of had forgot. And the deadline was like 2 weeks away.
It was a week.
The deadline was like a week away to submit it, and I had nothing. Like, I had nothing for it. Like I was trying to think of ideas. I was in a creative drought, and this is before we were that close. But we talked about like collaborating on something because we both knew that we had an interest in film.
The short that he made his first year going into the art exhibit, I had made something like almost identical. Like we had made like the
We made
same.
the same short film.
We made like the same thing, like the same story, everything.
Well,
Yeah.
But we had no idea.
So anyways, I called him up, and I was like, I have an opportunity for us. I need to make a short film in like a week if you want to be interested for this art exhibition. And he was down. So we ended up making our first one called What's Happening at 7-Eleven.
Terrible name.
No, terrible. I think it's a fun name.
Terrible name.
But yeah, it was us two and Connor Ewan. Shout out Connor. And yeah, that was a kind of a weird story. We filmed it in a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
We had
He was in that one too?
yeah, Connor's in all of that.
Really? I didn't watch all your films. Yeah.
I mean, there's only like 3.
Okay.
You know, hour. But yeah, that one was kind of. We were nervous to film that one because we wanted to do it in a set.
We was in a very shady area.
Was that terrible?
Did you guys know Nico at that time or no?
I don't need to go yet.
I don't.
Oh, really? Actually,
We knew each other, but we weren't close.
Yeah, no.
I was closer with Owen.
Yeah.
I know.
But that one was sketchy because that was a sketchy area,
Yeah, we filmed it. We wanted to film in a 7-Eleven. But obviously, like I was like, you have to get permission for that kind of.
and we also needed to find a 7-Eleven that like fit what we were looking for
Yeah,
on the outside.
what was it like? What was like the goal? Like when you're like on the outside, like
we wanted like not like a super modern looking.
Neon lights was
more of like a
mainly
neon light, like older looking 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
That
right.
means like it might not be in a
the safest.
as nice of an area. So we walk in. So like, I remember we park. I film a shot of him getting out of the car, walking into the 7-Eleven, and from the very beginning, the cashier of the store is like looking at me with the camera. I'm like, oh, like, sorry. Oh god,
And the guy with the cigarette outside.
this is gonna suck. And I come in, and like almost immediately, the guy working there goes like, "Better put that camera away. I don't want to see that camera." I was like, "Oh god, we have to find stuff. Like we have to find somewhere else to do this. Like this is not gonna work." I was like, "All right, like we just use our phones." So we started trying to fill our shot with our phones, and then the guy who said that to me came over because at this point we're like by the Slurpee area. The guy came over and he asked us like, "What are you guys?" He's like, "Are you guys doing prank videos?" I was like, "No." He goes, "Oh, because I love prank videos, man." So like sometimes in those prank videos, kids be doing stuff around the wrong people and then they can get hurt. And I was like, "I promise we're not doing a prank video."
It was not a prank.
And then I was like, "Yeah, we're just doing a project for school," which like that really wasn't the truth either, but it was just the easier thing to say. I was like, "Yeah, we're doing a project for our school. We just wanted to film some shots of our friend walking around in a 7-Eleven." And after that, he was cool about it. Like he gave us full reign to
Oh, okay.
kind of walk around and film in the store, which was a huge relief. Like after that, like all the weight and stress was like lifted off.
Yeah.
We were able to take time. Like,
You don't want issues with the
Yeah, we
satellite cashier.
that one was after that. It was really fun to film. We would have the cashier like one of the shots. I was like, "Hey, like we like fake hand you a $5 bill and you fake hand us this Slurpee and we walk out like a fake transaction."
Yeah.
the only part of that was shady was we had to go back outside to film, and
There were some outside parts, and we ran into like some
there was
really sketchy characters
What did
outside.
he say?
He was like, he kept asking us if we had $5.
He said that it's like his girlfriend like
He was like,
robbed
my
him
girlfriend robbed me and took my last $5
or something.
We were not a nice part of Hollywood.
Yeah, no. So that was rough, but we were able to film that. We got that whole thing done in like 2 hours, probably
3 hours, yeah.
3 hours. But you can tell, you can tell it was done in 2 hours.
I mean, yeah, but
There's-
for our first one, I still
For the first one,
I
I think
still
it's
think
well.
it's good. I still think it's good.
yeah, and
Way better than like anything I've made before that.
yeah, no, for
They've only been for sure. So yeah, we should have countless stories like that. From
Yeah, no, that's so cool. I'm so glad you really like tell us that. Nico, because like
yeah,
Okay, what's on?
what is like maybe like an interesting story you have? Anything like maybe some challenges you went through? I know you. Oh my God, Rugrat,
1900 Rugrat.
1900 Rugrat.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
a
So
rapper.
yeah, he's a rapper.
Is
You
he?
never heard of
Wait,
him?
wait,
Are you
wait,
serious?
I got this.
Are you serious?
Hold on.
Oh my god.
I got this. I got this. You ever heard of either?
No,
You never heard of 1900?
You've definitely heard it. You've definitely.
maybe I have or something.
Wait, let me see. It's this one.
Oh wait. I think I've heard this beat before.
Yeah. You've definitely had on TikTok.
Alright, I need to skip forward a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, I think I've heard that before.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you
So,
definitely heard it.
Wait, you
Yeah.
work with him?
Okay. Let me explain. So it was
This is news to
this
us.
wasn't. I wasn't planning to meet him. So before then, I was doing a studio session with these 3 producers from Spain because they were doing a trip around the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
They went to L.A., Atlanta, then they went down to Miami, and I knew one of them, so I was like, okay, let's do a studio session. They're big in the Latin industry. They're not. I mean, one of them is big. The other 2 are kind of like they're in the same clique.
What's his name?
So one of them's called Saint Cordona. He's not like a named, well known when it comes to his name, but
Yeah.
he's worked on like Farruko.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has songs with Farruko.
Okay, yeah. So no,
Yeah.
I got you.
So yeah, they're big in Spain. It came down to Miami, and I'm like, let's do a session. So we made a few beats. One of them ended up getting placed with one of Kodak Black's rappers
Really?
named Gordito Flow, who's another like Latin trap rapper.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, aside from that, we made a few beats during that session. Then Rugrat came in. So my management company owns that studio, and he walks into the room. His name is Mike. He walks into the room. His name is
Mike.
Yeah.
He was Mike.
Just dropped his name.
No, I love Mike. Mike's my guy. I love him. But so he walks in and he goes, listen, guys, I forgot about the studio session that we had in this room. So if you guys can we wrap it up soon? And they're like, yeah, sure. We were already pretty much done with the beat that we made. So they left. And as they left, I see this Rugrat. I see Rugrat come in. And I didn't know who he was at the time because the song was just starting to get notoriety. It was starting to blow up. But
wait, who's Mike? Because now I'm confused.
So Mike is my
Mike
manager.
Mike.
Sorry, my bad. That's my bad. Let me clarify. So his name is he goes by Bergie. He's my manager. Yeah. He runs this management agency called My Music Management, which kind of just manages both producers and artists. And
Got you.
So I'm part of that.
I thought Rugrat's real name was Mike.
No,
yeah. He's like, then Mike comes in. He's like, the studio session.
That would be a whole that would have thrown me off.
That's why he was like, oh, just out his real name.
That would have. No, that would have.
I thought his name was Mike.
No, I'm not gonna. That would have thrown me off too. Mike's my manager. He runs a studio that I go to. And Rugrat booked a session in that studio. Mm-hmm. So I was in there at the time already when he walked in. And part of what Mike wanted to do, his plan was that he wanted to kind of sell me to Rugrat. Maybe get the contact and stuff. So I walk back in the room. And I walk back in the room and he's like, yo, Cap, how about you play some beats? And I'm like, yeah, sure. At the time, I had no idea what Rugrat's style was. I just kind of guessed and kind of played off his vibe or whatever. Luckily, the first beat I played, he's like, yo, that's hard as fuck. And instantly exchanged numbers there. And yeah, we just kept playing stuff. And Mike kept kind of selling me to Rugrat. And it's a cool experience because even though I'm not too close with him, it's kind of cool to have that experience when it comes to studio sessions because you're not always going to connect with the artist or the producer or whoever's in there, but we all have something in common, and that's our love for music. So we kind of just play off each other's vibe, and it's good experience to have to be in the room with other artists. And yeah, I ended up getting his number, his manager's number. We've been in contact. Nothing's out yet as of now, but yeah, over time, hopefully something lands.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
I'm just do you know his real name or no?
No. No, I don't. I don't think I want to know either.
Oh my god, no, because when it's funny because you know the Rizzler. Yeah. Yo, yes. The first thing that came to my mind when he said that was when Big Justice was like, "So, is that what you meant, Christian?" And the Rizzler he does this. As if he was so pissed that he actually gave his name out, his government name.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. In the music, at least when it comes to hip hop, half the time we all go by different names. So it's I go get by Cap, and I have my other guys that go by I don't want to name any names, but they don't go by their real name. So it's kind of yeah, it's just part of it, and it's part of the fun too. It's nice.
That's funny.
Yeah, but definitely a fun experience.
I'm just saying. If you're saying you want to practice, Jason Carlton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
can rap.
Really?
I'm not even blazing.
Dude, he raps like John Cena.
No.
WWE.
Is he
really? He actually has bars. He actually is really good.
Damn, I have to
he's better than me.
I have to give him some beats. Yeah.
No, seriously, not even joking. JC is I remember this one time. You know Vinny?
Yeah.
Vincent Urena?
Mm-hmm.
Me, Vincent Urena, and Jason will go and we'll play Lucky type beats.
Yeah.
Lucky type beats with J. Cole or a Joey Badass.
Mm-hmm.
I love Joey Badass.
Type beat. And I remember first time hearing him because everyone told me yo Jason can actually rap, and I was like, no way, because I would freestyle here and there it's for fun. And we went in the car and he starts I go yo Jason can you freestyle? I was like, let me play some. And then he starts spitting and for the whole 2 minutes not just going. And obviously, like me and everyone would like start like recording and like just like watching them.
You know, it's so funny. That's the exact same experience I had when I first recorded Joao. Like, it was like
I actually have a question about one of them.
Okay, here we save it because it was like July. It was like July, and he's just like, yo, I'm trying to make a song. I'm like, do you have anything written down? He's like, nah. So he just comes in. He's like, you got any Detroit type beats, like Detroit, like
Never
Flint.
been to Detroit.
Exactly, that's what's funny. It's like
Never
he
been to
like
Detroit.
raps all like cap, but it's fine. But like he asked for Flint beats, and I give him a Flint beat.
What's a Flint beat?
Detroit. If you listen, let me.
Oh, like from
Who?
Michigan. Wait, no, that's not. That's in Michigan.
Yeah, no, that's close. That's close. That's close. They're the similar sound. I play the beat, and he just starts like going off for like a
Really?
minute and a half. And
But
I'm
like bars, like
pretty decent bars. Like considering that he's never like I've known him since second grade. I've never like
Nah,
thought of
Joao-
him even
Joao can
making
rap.
music. Yeah,
He
never.
raps on the bus. It's a soccer game. He can rap.
Of course he does. Yeah, but no, it's cool.
I've made songs to Nico's beat before,
really.
unreleased.
Just keep him
No.
that way.
No, over the summer, and these will never see the light of day because they're like just for fun. In my friend group, me and my friends had like a diss track war. It was like me and my friend Lucas were making diss tracks against our friends. Like
Wait, Lucas in our class? Right?
No, you don't. You
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
And Lucas. And I was like Nico, I need like a diss beat.
Yes, you
So
feel like the hardest trap
I was like,
beat
Nico, I need the
have.
hardest trap beat you have. So there's like a really crappy song that's on like the private on my YouTube channel of me and my friend Lucas like dissing my friend Sam.
It's crazy. What was your question, Thomas? I completely forgot.
How did you get to work with Adrian Molina?
Who is that?
I don't even want to talk about it. I love Adrian to death. He's one of my close friends. So I mean, I basically just told him like I also have a friend named Carlos Barnes. He's crazy at rapping too. He does a little rapping on the side. I kind of convinced him. I actually helped him find his little recording setup. Does on the
Really?
side, yeah. So there was one time where him and Joao came to my house to record.
Wait, just so
songs on-
like when you guys tell your people, like give them some context. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
okay, so-
like, everyone from like around the world are watching.
Right.
It's not,
So
like,
Carlos
people
Barnes,
there.
one of my closest friends, he's very inclined into music, but he doesn't really want to do it for a living. He just kind of does it for fun.
Yeah.
Joe, on the other hand, just does BS. But like, they were at my house one time, and my friend Adrian texted me like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I have, Joe and Carlos in my house." He's like, "Can I record too?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." No, I didn't like no idea what was gonna happen. We made a song. I don't have an opinion on it, but it was fun. It was a fun session. Listen, I
enjoyed it.
I got good practice out of it when it comes to recording because it's weird. And a lot of people know that like recording is like kind of its own type of beat making, where it's like its own thing. Like it's not just like recording the voice. It's like putting effects on it. It's like engineering the sound.
Mm.
So you put like echoes, delays, like make it sound clean, make it blend with the track. But listen, like I don't really care how trashed you are as like when it comes to rapping or singing, bro. Like I'll do anything just to practice recording because I'm still kind of new to it, figuring it out. But yeah, it's fun.
I've dabbled in beat making before, and I can attest like that shit is hard. Like he taught me, he's the president of the Beat Makers Club at our school.
Music maker.
Music Makers Club, every Tuesday after school. And Nico basically taught me like the basics of FL Studio and like how to make beats and stuff. And it's so much fun. Like sometimes I'll just find myself on there just like messing around. Like I'm obviously like I suck at that, but I think it's so much fun. But I can't test like there's so much that goes into that.
Yeah.
And like it's so hard. Like actually like because there's a difference between like I think making a beat and like producing a whole song.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have like mad respect for that. I know how hard it is.
And not a lot of people know that because there's a lot of producers, at least like my age too, and maybe even older, that like they just make beats, but they don't really know how to do the rest of it. And I feel like that's what stands out. That's what producers like Metro Boomin, for example, and like all these big names. That's how they stand out from the others because like they don't just produce. Like for example, Metro. I mean, I don't know if he engineers too, but you see his name on every song, like featuring or like his own song. Like he's kind of an artist at the same time a producer. Like if you're doing just production, you're not really gonna go anywhere because you're just like stuck in that one bubble. You have to be like an artist or like an engineer.
Swiss
like,
Army knife, like be able to do everything.
right, exactly. You have to be able to do everything.
Nah, because that's what you said. Like Because when I heard, how that sounded it like us,
Not like us.
not like us.
Yeah.
The like it was almost as if he was like,
Oh
No,
no,
that's like that.
like that. Yeah.
like that.
Like
Okay, like
the
that.
future.
When it was almost as if he was like singing through the beats. Like that's when I was like,
Yeah.
he's like, wow.
That's why I love artists like Tyler the Creator so much, because I really admire like how he does everything himself. Like he records, arranges, and
Yeah, I saw that he does everything.
he does
on
everything
him.
himself, and like I just admire that so much, and then it inspires me to like.
I was gonna say
be
like
creative
when you say like I also have like, a lot of respect for that because like you know the band app on your phone.
BandLab? No, band. BandLab. Yeah.
I was sitting in class and like just like start creating like random stuff and like I couldn't even do that.
It's low-key crazy though, because like BandLab is like some artists have started off of BandLab. Like
Really?
Tyler,
I've
for
heard some
example.
bangers
Have you
off
heard Law and
BandLab.
Order by Tyler?
Yes.
That song was on BandLab.
No way.
That was recorded on BandLab. Yeah.
How? How did like I don't even doesn't it just give you
It's
like
just that's what I'm saying. You have
If you're
practice.
talented, less technical though.
If you're talented enough, I think you can make it sound good.
Yeah, it's not as technical, but like
no, it's not
you
BandLab,
still have to-
GarageBand.
GarageBand. I
That's
think it's
what it's
both.
called.
No,
Well,
they're
both apps on the
they're
phone.
both apps, but I think
They're
BandLab.
the one that
Yeah,
garage
that's
that like,
GarageBand. I used to mess
it
with
goes with all like keyboard,
Right. Yeah.
drums,
FL Studio,
yeah.
FL Studio is just like a really fleshed out version of that.
Pretty much. Yeah. It's like it's not. It is professional. It's more geared towards like digital beat making, like hip hop and like reggaeton and like repetitive sounds. But honestly, like if you figure out a way to like use FL Studio on like other people, you could literally use it however you want.
Just saying, I can freestyle. So if you need me, I can do that too.
Bro, come to my house and record.
I spit.
Record with Joao and Carlos like when we made a hit.
I'll do it. Swear. It's fire.
Yeah.
I guess like, all right, how long has it been? That's good. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's my camera guy, yeah, Dennis. I love him, my guy.
Dennis.
How have your like parents helped you with all this stuff? Because obviously, like, I couldn't have done any of this on my own. Like, how did you guys like?
My parents are nothing but supportive. I know it can be scary when you have a kid, because this is what I want to do. Like when I get older, like I plan on going to college for this.
That was my next question.
Hopefully down the line, where I want to go is FSU, College of Motion Picture Arts. If the admission officer for that is watching this video, it's not. But because I know it can be scary when you have a kid that wants to go into a creative field.
Yeah,
There's not always that
that has success rate.
Yes, it's not always like reliable.
Yeah,
But it's what I've wanted to do since I was a kid. So they know that I have to give it a shot, and they're supportive. And love you, Mom.
Well, also your dad went to film school, so
No, he did not.
you said he did.
That's a lawyer.
Your factory, Thomas.
I've never told you.
I swear to God,
Maybe my dad kind of wanted to be a screenwriter when he was like really young, but he never did. Like he never went to school for it. I never told you.
I'll show you vitamin.
Yeah, my parents never wanted me to be in the music industry, like just literally at birth. Because my dad, before he did commercial editing and for films and stuff,
Yeah,
he was an audio engineer, and he just hated how like the industry flowed because he was in South America at the time, and he would like switch between LA and South America and stuff like that. And there was some artists who'd record, and it would be like the worst session ever. Like they would curse him out and stuff like that. So, because of those experiences, like he didn't want me to experience that.
yeah.
But then like when he first heard me like making my first tracks, and he's like, he was like, okay, he has an ear for it, and he just asked me, he's like, listen, I know you want to take this seriously, but I don't want you in it. Like, what are you gonna do? I'm like, I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do, because he knew I had an ear for it just by listening what I made.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, I gotta give him a try, and he did support me at first, getting me the right equipment, getting me the right laptop. It's funny because like I figured out music production by accident, because at the time I was like 12 years old, I think 12, 13. We moved out of our house because of a huge sewage issue. Like it flooded our house and everything. So we had to move out.
Ooh.
We had to move to in a small apartment for like 8 months, and I didn't have my like Xbox with me. I didn't have my desktop computer, so I just had to figure out what I was gonna do. And my mom lends me her old MacBook, and I just start watching YouTube. And I come across, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. It's called Genius Deconstructed, where it's kind of like a series of like breaking down songs, and it's like one of them is the one that actually I clicked on that kind of convinced me to like I want to learn this is the breakdown of Bandit by Juice WRLD.
Really?
Yeah. So the producer's name is Nick Mira, Internet Money, probably my biggest inspiration, at least from the start, still is.
Wait, Internet Money, that's the
the producer group that did Lemonade.
Lemonade, yeah, I was gonna say. The white guy, right?
Yeah. So
Wait, Lyrical Lemonade?
no, the song Lemonade with Don Toliver, Gunna. Yeah. So that's kind of how I start. That's what like kind of boosted to like, my creativeness.
Yeah.
Cuz I didn't know I had it before. Like I grew up listening to like a lot of music cuz my parents, they love music.
Hispanics.
But like pretty much it's literally rock and reggaeton, that's it. But yeah, they didn't want me to do it, and after trying it out, I originally started with GarageBand. And yeah, they just kind of trusted me from there.
That's good.
Yeah, and since then I've been like, they've had my back.
That's amazing. How about you, Thomas?
My parents have been nothing but supportive. I mean, they're the whole reason I have a camera, so that's really all you need is a camera. They know I've always liked movies. I mean, so my grandpa has also helped me get into that. I remember being like 5, 6, watching like old black and white, like stop motion movies, like old Godzilla, King Kong,
Gramps over here.
old film noir movies. I'm not full of shit.
I believe it. Seems like the type of guy that would do that.
I'm not lying to you, but so my parents have always known that I've enjoyed this specific creative field. They have obviously gifted me the privilege of owning a camera, and that's really all you need. And I think being constrained to just having a camera gives you more of a creative output than if you were to have everything at your disposal.
Right.
I agree. Yeah, you have to be.
Think outside the box.
Yeah.
Like,
I have so many examples.
For an example of that was on our first one with the 7-Eleven shoot. We wanted to get a shot of inside the cup filling up a slushie.
That's a good one.
Right? And there's a bunch of ways to go about it, but I ended up just cutting a cup in half, gluing a plastic sheet underneath it, and then putting the camera underneath that. And so it's
like you're in the cup. And
yeah.
Falls on it.
So it's constantly this ongoing cycle of having a creative idea and trying to flesh out a way to do it and do it efficiently, with everything else that restricts you. But my parents have been nothing but supportive of everything I've, set out to do. They just want me to be happy. So
at least like my next question, he kind of touched on it, like in college, like this is what you guys want to pursue, like this is what you study.
So I don't know if you guys have heard of this university. It's called Belmont University. It's in Nashville.
I've heard of it.
So they're very well known for their music business program. I got in, thankfully. That's where I want to go. It's definitely like a new lane that I'm not very like familiar with, because Nashville is a very diverse like area for music.
It's actually known for like,
it's called Music City.
Yeah.
That's a big music.
A lot of people think that Nashville is just country and stuff like that, and it's like
I did probably think that.
yeah, no, I
toured in Nashville. That's what I thought.
I toured Belmont, and it's like it's not, at least the university and how they like go around with their programs. It's not just that; it's everything in like a nutshell. Because majority of the students are out of state, so you get different sounds everywhere.
Amazing.
And yeah, like even if it's just country, I don't mind, because I'm not well versed in country, and I'm like I said earlier, I always focus on expanding my sound and talent skill.
I went to the Casey Musgraves concert last week.
Sure.
It really broadened my horizons to country music.
Yeah, no, it's amazing opportunity to have to go to college for this. Like, definitely good opportunity to build connections, and practice your craft. Be ready for like when you're actually making lucrative money off of this. Yeah, it's awesome.
You tell us want to go to school for it? You kind of like touched on it already.
Yeah.
FSU.
FSU College of Motion Picture Arts is where I'm hoping to go. My dad went to FSU for law school. Been to FSU. I would probably want to go there anyway, even if I wasn't doing this. And they just happen to have like a really good film program. And it's here. And it's a very good film program. And it's
right there. Let's say
it's not too far. Like it's in Florida. So it's all just like.
Do you have any backups or no?
Yeah, my second choice would be UCF, which I got into. So it'd be.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
How about you, Thomas?
Undecided. I would like to, but
Soccer?
no.
No?
I don't want to play soccer in college.
Hey, guys, he plays soccer. Say solid.
Great soccer player.
Riz, you're seen last night's game.
But whether I pursue it or not, I'm not really sure. My dad's a lawyer, so that would probably be the other profession that I would.
Yeah, if it doesn't work out, I'm just gonna be a realtor with my mom. Like,
Yeah, I've decided. If I don't get my big break, then I'll probably just be a lawyer.
I myself, I'm trying to go into something like media marketing or something.
Hey, UM might be the spot for it.
Next week.
That's where I want to go.
Really?
Before Belmont, yeah.
Next week, I find out if I get in or not. I ED'd there. I'm really, really nervous.
Well, your football team sucks.
well, like
This
beyond
guy
just
swears he's fun.
Wait,
This guy swears he's
2
fun.
and what?
What?
Oh, 10?
Yeah, didn't you lose to UM?
Yeah, you got smacked by us,
You got
dude.
destroyed.
Lost to every team
UM,
of
like UF,
the country.
wait, come on.
Miss Basie, it's all right. I get you next year. But yeah, I mean, I did get accepted to. Surprisingly, it was not an option, but I'm really considering it now. Nova, NSU. It's like it's very close.
Yeah, I think we've had a film shown in one of their argue zones.
connections there.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I got in already. Full scholarship. Thank you, and Penn State. But man, I'm praying for UM and UNC and FSU. FSU, I wouldn't mind. FSU, I'm pretty sure also comes out as a sensor. You did?
All right, no way in hell I'm getting in there.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm blessed to be in the position I am. Also, my parents, super supportive. Would not be the guy or the man I'd be today. I'm so happy they also sent me on that retreat. I did just come back from retreat, which I really needed.
Congrats on that.
5 days.
Love to have you back.
It was a spiritual retreat. Trying to find, God again. But
Nirvana.
that's Buddhism.
You are in
Yeah, we're in K-list, bro. We literally learned this already.
Oh my god.
I make a comment, but I haven't paid attention to what's going on in that
I was
class.
referencing the class.
But yeah, I mean, this has been really cool. I usually end the segment on just 5 fun questions. And our first question is, what is your favorite food?
I'll start. Oh, where do I even begin?
I mean, I just love. I don't know if it's a basic answer, but I love a good steak and mashed potatoes. My dad
It's
makes.
a PR answer. Bro. Come on, there you go. Make it fun.
My dad grills such good steak, and my mom makes such good mashed potatoes. And when they come together with a good chimichurri, it's amazing. That's my favorite.
That's
dessert
valid.
I have at home.
For me, it's grapes. I don't know if you guys heard it in class today, but
You're getting
Miss Kalis is gonna bless me with grapes tomorrow. Thank you, Miss Kalis.
Well, mine a PR answer. I mean, you said great.
Okay, you know what? I'll switch it up. Croquetas. You know what croquetas are?
Oh,
Just keep it at grapes. Yeah, grapes.
Okay.
Croquetas is Cuban.
Yeah.
It's very, very good.
Grew up on
I'd have to
those.
say shrimp fra diavolo.
My grandpa would take me to a Cuban restaurant every night because I used to live with my grandma.
Really?
And it was I literally, my diet for 2 years probably, every night, straight croquetas.
Bro.
Obviously,
Those are
it has to be ham.
Ham? Bro.
Nothing else exists. Yeah, no.
outside of
If it's not ham, it's
A
terrible.
spicy honey chicken sandwich is my favorite food.
From the school cafeteria.
Yeah, that's it.
Really?
That's it.
Okay, next question. What is your dream car?
This is also kind of a basic answer, but I just think it looks so nice. Like a Porsche 911, like a dark green.
I love it. Love it.
Porsches look so good.
Love it.
I'm not a car guy, but if I had to pick,
I'm not a car guy
definitely,
either. That's why it's kind of like.
definitely those old 80s Chevys and stuff. Those vintage cars.
One of my cars I wanted, I was literally willing to trade my car now
yeah.
for this car. I was trying to get a 1978 Shelby Mustang, white and blue. That was the car I really wanted. Obviously, it was way too expensive for a nice one because a 1978 car is most likely gonna be in the junkyard by now. But
I'm happy with my Jeep Wrangler. Though. I'll drive that till the end of time.
that's another car I wanted to get, a Jeep Wrangler, but without the doors.
I'm not taking the doors. That seems like a pain in the butt.
Without the doors. How about you, Thomas?
1960 or 1970 Stingray. My grandpa had one. Destroyed. They rusted away.
Oh no.
But pictures of that car back when it worked.
memorabilia.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Okay, and what book inspired you?
What book?
Oh, that's a good question.
I could tell you like my favorite. Oh, I definitely have an answer for this though.
I'll help you out. I interviewed one of my podcasts, Elio Castaneves, famous race car driver.
Oh, that's cool.
His book was the Bible. It's a kind of a basic book.
Haven't gotten to that one yet. I'll pick it up soon. I mean, what book inspired me?
Or it helped you with like your directing, like anything.
A book. My favorite book that I've ever read is probably like
Don't say like Fly Guy or something.
what is I mean what is
What?
Oh no.
Are you serious?
Oh, like the kids book.
Fly Guy, bro.
The kids book.
Oh
No.
my god.
I read like alright, this is like a nerdy ass answer. But like my favorite book I've ever read is probably like Ready Player One. Like, I read the book in like third. I read the book in third grade.
They didn't make a movie.
They made it into a movie.
Yeah.
Like, but I read that book
Spielberg.
like before it was a movie when I was in like third grade, and it's like my favorite book. I've read it like 4 times, and that book is just like speaks to me. Like, like when I first read it, like that book like engrossed me like so much, and it has a lot of like pop culture, like cinema references in it too. So that definitely introduced me to some other stuff. Like that book introduced me to like a lot of music I'd listened to, like older '80s music and stuff. But
It's pretty
I
cool.
mean, I don't know how much it inspired me like with this, but I love that book.
What's that one book we read for summer reading? I forgot what it's called. It's the one where it's like
Must have not been that much of an impact on you.
no, that's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to find the name, bro. It's like about these people that moved to the U.S. and I forgot what it's called.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Like this.
for refuge and from I think it was Africa. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I was in Africa.
No,
You're talking about like they went to the meat business.
no, that's not that book.
Oh,
It's like
there's this year or last year?
this summer. They were seeking refuge from their old lives, and they moved to the U.S. And I can't forgot that book. That's crazy, but it's a great book. And like I'm not a good reader. Like I don't consider myself a good reader. But that book inspired me mostly because just the fact of moving from one place to another place. It kind of it resonates with me because moving to college is a big deal, especially if you're moving out of state.
Yeah.
And you don't get that feeling to that degree, obviously, but you kind of get that feeling like, oh, I'm moving, everything's different now. I kind of got to get adjusted and stuff. But yeah, if I had to pick that book, definitely that book from over the summer. I'm gonna find the name. Hold on, I gotta find it.
I'd have to say Old Man in the Sea from Ernest Hemingway. There you go.
Cool. Old Man in the Sea.
There you go.
What's that about?
Read it.
I will say a book recently that inspired me was Great Gatsby.
Great Gatsby.
Ooh, I read that one last year in Miss McCarran's class.
I really like that book. It has a lot of deep meanings to it, which really did inspire me.
Green Light.
Yeah, the green light.
That's all I remember from that. Because I know it's there are books when you read a book in school, I know it's a good book and I probably like it.
Because I'm reading it in
But
school,
because
I
I'm reading
hate
it
it
in
more.
school, I'm just not inclined to read it.
Yeah.
But I've seen that. That's a good movie.
I got the book, Behold the Dreamers,
Oh, Behold the
Yeah.
Dreamers.
I've heard of that.
by I don't have
Did you
the.
write about it?
Yes, this was the summer reading.
That's his letterbox. That's his letterbox.
This is the summer reading project. We had to write about 3 songs that relate to that book, and I put Yeet, Kanye West, and Pink.
How does Yeet relate to it?
Listen, I don't know how I related it to that, but it worked out.
He's Mexican.
Yeet's Mexican?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I thought that's what you did it on. But yeah, that concludes our segment. I'm so glad we got this in. Really, this has been one of my favorite. This is the first time not using a laptop. Not question. This is the best.
It's a natural conversation.
Really, one of the best podcasts I've had, honestly. If you haven't already, go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. All of their information will be linked in bio, their Instagrams. I mean, anything else that they want me to tag them in. This video is sponsored by Empire Medical Training. Go also check the link in the description on my GoFundMe, which is for my organization of Help Peru and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Once again, I'm Max Cosentino, your host, and this was Coz&Effect, episode 11.
You're having us, Max.
Thank you so much.
Deserved it.